know Doctor Who. And if you don't, then you can go.
Right, hello guys, watching Go Doctor Who, and today we have another video from the channel. This one's going to be an unusual one because it's like, what's gone wrong in Doctor Who? So, what I mean by that is, basically, there's a few issues I'm starting to notice within the common era of the show, and it's just a bit, it's just a bit, I can't be asked with it anymore, so let's just talk about the stuff that's niggling at me and like, ugh. First up, let's mention the TARDIS and the 13th Doctor. There's no chemistry, there's no connection there. Well, duh, it's just a box. Previous Doctors, like the 10th Doctor and stuff like that, they stroke bits of the TARDIS and they go, oh, hello old girl, or hello sexy with Matt Smith, and they talk up to the TARDIS. The TARDIS in the Jodie Whittaker era feels more like an object. I think the second episode where she gets her TARDIS back, she's like, oh, come to daddy, mummy, and that was nice. But then we really haven't got any different ones, and it's just the TARDIS is being used as transport, and the TARDIS doesn't really take off and send you somewhere else like it used to either. The TARDIS doesn't feel like it has its own mind in a way, which is a problem. It is a problem because the TARDIS, it's like, oh, the Doctor wants to go to London. The TARDIS like, no, we need to go here, so we move there. It doesn't do that in the Jodie Whittaker era that often. I can't even imagine it doing it at all, really, and it's annoying that. It really is, because the TARDIS has its own mind. It's not just an object. It's not just a watch. This watch can talk and fly and do that. That's what the TARDIS is meant to be. It's not meant to just be an object, And that is what I feel the TARDIS is lately. And the Doctor doesn't really talk to the TARDIS. I suppose you've got three characters to talk to, you've got Ryan, Graham and Yaz to talk to, but you've also got to try and make room for the TARDIS, Yes, maybe they do that off screen. Yes, they maybe do it in the comics or this or that. But on the TV, I haven't seen that, and that is a problem. It creates a problem in the connection of the show, I think, using the TARDIS as an object, because really it's more than an object, and the Doctor should be talking to the TARDIS a lot more, I think. So yeah, there's one problem I've kind of found out. The second problem is the companions. It's rumoured that Ryan and Graham are leaving by the end of the special or whatever and you know what? I don't care. I really don't. It's like, Ryan's my favourite companion, because I liked him from Series 11, but he didn't do anything in Series 12, so now he's on par with Yaz, and I really couldn't care about Yaz, to be fair. Oh yeah, she could stay on and stuff like that, cool, but I don't care, Graham is lovable because it's Bradley Walsh, and that's the only real reason, isn't it? Yes, Bradley Walsh has these witty one-liners and the comedy and stuff like that, but you really like him because he's Bradley Walsh, and you just gotta love Bradley Walsh, the chase and all sorts. He's a brilliant personality, shines through his character. But really, the companions, the only person I'm going to be upset is we lose Bradley Walsh. That's the only reason. Everything else, I couldn't care. We don't know. Ryan should have his dad calling him. Spyfall, we have them going on the run. His dad should be calling him. Instead, we get one episode with his dad, and then we never see him again. He just goes off. What was the point in having him in the episode? We could have more Dalek time in the resolution if we didn't have his dad, Just saying. What about Diaz's family? Tim Shaw's destroying the Earth. I know it's probably from a futuristic time, but we could add some humanity running about and chaos and stuff like that. The scale isn't as good with the companions, and it just needs to work better. It just does. And maybe having the two companions leave and giving us more time and chemistry, the companion will basically grow with Yaz if we do have just Yaz and the Doctor. But if we do have Yaz and the Doctor, are we still going to care? It's a bit too late on, third series, to start caring about Yaz. Few people do care about Yaz. But really, it's a bit too late by that point. We need a new, fresh start, new companions in my eyes. and we need to do that quick time. Maybe eventually get Yaz dwindling off in series 13. She definitely can't stay on after that because it's been too long. You know, yeah, fair enough. Clara, Jenna Coleman stayed on for about 3 series, but you know what? We knew Clara face and palm. You know, we knew her back to front. We knew everything about her. Yeah, she didn't have a good family chemistry because we hardly ever saw her family, but with Yaz, we've had her for 3 series. We don't know what's her hobbies, what's this, where's all her other friends, or let's have a police episode or any of that. We're not getting at that. So yeah, that's another thing. What's gone wrong with Doctor Who lately? The companions couldn't care. I couldn't care. You know, I'm gonna look at this in the next episode and resolution, and I may feel a bit sad, but you won't catch me crying either. Any of them going. No, because couldn't care. Next up, we have the Doctor. Now, a lot of you are like, oh, here we go, Jodie hater. If you notice my channel, I don't hate on Jodie a lot, not at all, really. And I like her as the Doctor. I think she works. I want to meet her at a Comic-Con. I've met all the Doctors apart from Jodie, and I suppose I need to meet the Roof Doctor now to count meeting all the Doctors that are alive. But, you know, I suppose Jodie, she could do with a darker side to her now. It happened with the Matt Smith era. He's quite light and bumbly now towards his third series. She needs to get a bit darker. And that, I suppose, that's copying, isn't it? Copying all the Doctors. But she is a bit too light. She is a bit too talking about the plot, explaining the plot to people, which isn't really what's meant to happen. The companions are meant to ask questions, just like Bill Potts, the question girl. It's kind of my thing she made a big deal out of. I love Bill, and she asks the right questions. The Doctor, no one asks the questions. She just goes, and then this, the Daleks will come towards us, and this will happen, and that will happen to get to this point. So when we get to this Yaz, we go to there, and then we go like this, and you're like, we don't want to know. Just do it. Just that ruins. It's like spoiling Endgame. Right. Hello, I'm Iron Man, and I'm going to die after I snap. See you guys at the end of the film. Now you know what's going to happen. And then when Iron Man dies, he's like, and I am Iron Man. He's like, well, you already knew all that. It's not like it's a big shock, but you know, it's like that. You know, you're spoiling the plot before it can even be done, and it's just a bit. So the Doctor needs to not talk as much about the plot, and the Doctor needs to get a bit more darker, and it all relates to not the companion's fault because they need more to go on. Not the Doctor's fault because she's doing everything she can. She's doing the script right. It's the writing. And yes, I am beating the bush around Chibnall. You know, Chibnall has literally got good episodes. He's got Spyfall, which is my favourite Jodie Whittaker story. And then you've got the Jadoon episode. I don't know whether Chris Chibnall, he may have possibly written that. And he can write Captain Jack well because he wrote Torchwood. But you know what? Chris Chibnall's pick up his game a bit with the writing, you know. It's just, Series 11 is just average. It's just average, and it is the worst series in Doctor Who. And there is some of you can go, no, it's not, It is. It is in my opinion, because Series 6 is the worst Doctor Who series in my opinion. And I never thought anything could beat that. Series 11 does. Series 12 was a step up. It was a good way into the right direction. And Series 12 beats Series 6 and beats a few other series. I think it's third lowest on the list, but it's still beating a couple of series, and that's a good way in the right direction. I have full hope, and I honestly hope that Series 13 does well. I honestly do, and I will always be watching. And I don't do negative videos often. You know, if you watch my content, you know this is an odd thing for me to be talking about this, but I've just fed up of just, yeah, I stick up with the era because I enjoy it, I watch it. Fair enough, we get a few good stories. From Series 11, we got Kablam, we got Rosa, and The Woman Fell to Earth. Every other episode, couldn't care about. Even The Witch's Familiar, whatever you want to call it, the Witch one, didn't enjoy that. So 3 out of 10 stories. Then you've got Series 12, we've got Spyfall Part 1 and Part 2. Then you've also got the Shadoon episodes. You've got Nikola Tesla, Night of whatever, yeah. And then you've got episode 8, 9 and 10. They were good stories, but they're all connected to the Timeless Child. and the rest of the stories that didn't connect to the Timeless Child was just boring. Orphan 55, terribly Benny, and then you've got Practius, the thing that started COVID. I'm joking, but you know, that was very odd that they talked about a pandemic and then pandemic was actually happening a couple of weeks later. But you know, pandemic episode was pretty boring. It's just boring in general. So they need to pick up the game a bit. You know, I want at least one of the Jodie Whittaker era to be in the top 10 of my ranking. When I always rank the series, my favourite series is series 4 and series 10. It needs to be up there a bit. I'm just saying. What else have we got wrong here with Doctor Who lately? This Sonic's been used too much, but so did Matt Smith. You know, I don't care about the Sonic getting used too much. It's not a problem to me. Yeah, that's about it really. I'm gonna give us something that's done well. I know this video is about something that's gone wrong. Chris Chibnall can write the Sidemen pretty well. He can write the Master pretty well. He can write the Daleks pretty well. So I think he's getting ticking the right boxes with all the classic. But with new monsters, he needs to pick up his game on that a bit, and that needs to be done right. But yeah, I'm just going to say, well done Chris Chibnall on the episodes he's done well with the Timeless Child art. I look forward to the next chapter of that, and Series 11 I look forward to. But it needs to be picking up now. It's the 3rd series in. This is alright if it was on the 2nd series. Alright, Series 11, let's say it was averagely good. Series 2 needs to be bombastic and up there. And Series 3 needs to be the best. It tends to be each Doctor's last series is the best one in my eyes. I actually prefer Series 7 than Series 5 and 6 for Matt Smith. I actually prefer Series 4 and 2 and 3 for David Tennant. I actually prefer Series 10 to Series 8 and 9. So always their last series I always prefer. Now Jodie might not be leaving by the end of Series 13, and I'm totally down for her regenerating in the 60th. I've always wanted a Doctor to regenerate in the 60th. Celebrating the past, but bringing something new and something to go forth on. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. I just wanted to rattle on, tell you all things that have gone wrong in Doctor Who and things that needs to be sorted out. Ace that. Get on it. Because I've had enough. And I've had enough of you fans just going, Jodie Whittaker, because it's a woman. She's doing a good job. She's doing a good job. She's a lovely person. You watch stuff she's been in, or you watch interviews. She's a lovely person, and I'd love to meet her one day. Oh, it's the writing. Chris Chibnall needs to step it up, I have to admit, but he's not doing terribly well. He's just doing not as good as Stephen Moffat or Rusty Davis, and that's that. Facts, you know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Don't comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down below. This video may get a lot of hate, but you know what? It needs to be said. You know, it does. It really does. I'm a fan of Jodie. I'm a bit like that with Chris Chibnall. And the companions, like I said, I just don't care. The villains are incredible for past villains coming back. New villains need to be stepping up a bit. And the chemistry of the Doctor and the TARDIS needs to be done. Ace that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Don't comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys for a new video very soon. Have a nice day.